Hello everyone, I'm in Leipzig, Germany, and I don't really know who I'm currently addressing because this whole talk to a camera about your life and your thoughts is very, very new to me, but an idea that I think is absolutely genius. I got this really cool marshmallow coat from Bear in Germany, and I feel like the Pillsbury Doughboy, and I have no complaints. Really quality windbreaker material. The best part, you can flash people very easily. So I'm gonna sit here and eat a salad and talk about my thoughts on life at the moment and sort of where I'm headed and where I want to be headed. I think that YouTube and people who put their lives online are very smart for doing so because while you have people looking at your life and sometimes with the parts that you might not want other people to see, you have actual documentation of all the things that you were doing at certain times in your life. So yeah, I think it's a cool system. I don't expect anyone to watch these videos or clips or whatever you want to call them, but I'm excited to record my experiences in my life for myself so I can watch it, 40 years from now when I'm old and wrinkly and think to myself, damn, I was pretty good looking back then. So I just turned 22. Just like any recent college graduate, I'm having a lot of existential crises like every second, and it's good. It's all part of like this growing process, this becoming an adult process, but it's hard. In a way, it's kind of nice because I don't have to pay for therapy. I can just sit here, talk to a camera, free of charge. Seems like a pretty efficient system. I gotta say that as far as salads go, this one is pretty good. And I got it at a bagel shop and it had bagel chips in it and it was very delicious. It is very delicious. I'm continuing to benefit from the tastiness of this salad. Something I think is really cool and quirky to think about, especially at this phase in my life, is like how mortal we are. Which sounds really gruesome and I guess it is. Like I can't do anything without fearing death greatly. Yesterday I went to the Battle of the Nations monument, which was really cool and awesome, except there's this part where you try to get to the upper top tower and there's a winding staircase all the way up, which is fine, except at a certain point the staircase becomes very small and very narrow. I wanted to go to the tower and I was going up this winding staircase where there are no windows. You're in this, very tight space, and then it just kept getting smaller and more cramped, and I started freaking out because my brain did that thing where it was like,
this would be a situation where you would get claustrophobic, right?
And then I started thinking more and more about it, and I was like, yeah, this is really cramped. Got to this platform where there were doors on either side, and I ran to one, and it was locked, and then I ran to the next, and it was locked, and I felt trapped. And I felt like passing out and throwing up, so I just ran all the way back down and waited for everyone else to catch up to me. Love being a very fearful individual. Really makes you embrace life and live it to the fullest, I also think that this is a stage of life where you set your habits, because you're out of the college mindset, so you're not studying all the time, you're not running on fumes, and you have the space to establish your own schedule and figure out what types of hobbies you're going to be interested in after college and what types of friendships you're going to cultivate and what types of things you're going to do to keep yourself active, if at all. If you're like me and have zero workout routine, then yeah, that's totally valid too. Something I'm nervous about is having to cook for myself and go to the grocery store every week and plan out what I'm going to eat. In adult life, you have to create your own schedule and cook your own food and figure out how to do it so you don't give yourself food poisoning is mostly what I'm afraid of. Also the time thing, who has time to cook? I mean, the hard part is I'm going to be a teacher and also a student again. I don't know anything about education. I'm doing Teach for America, so as somebody who studied political science and economics, I've been looking into a lot of cheap recipes that are relatively healthy and you can make on the fly, or you can make in bulk so you don't have to cook multiple times a week, right? That's the ideal. That must sound incredibly useless, basically admitting that adult life is having to fend for yourself and take care of yourself and feed yourself and figure out how to do all of that in an efficient way. This video just really turned into a lot of me whining about being an adult. We are super lucky to be able to choose, kind of our career paths and search for opportunities that fit our interests best. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be a great teacher. I don't know if I'm going to be even a good teacher. But I guess there's one way to find out. And yeah, I'm excited to figure out how that will work for me and for my future students. God bless them. It is entirely possible that I'm just consuming a bunch of germs because the lettuce got bad while I was out. Although that's probably me just, again, being fearful about death. Thanks for listening to me. I feel like I had really nothing useful to contribute to society, but yeah, hopefully doing this will help me be able to sort out my thoughts and my feelings in a way that does not involve a bottle and a half of wine and making bad choices, right? That's the goal. That's all I have. Thanks for watching and probably being bored out of your gourd. Next time, Irene, I hope that you have a better plan for what you're going to talk about and the things that you're going to say and all this profound thinking that you claim to have. Maybe I'll post some of my adventures here in Germany because it's not every day that your girl gets to go hang out with Buck. Have a wonderful day and talk to you soon. Bye.